This is section 2.5 in my math lab. I'm going to work through some of these, try to help you out. I had a few people contact me about this section in particular and some trouble that it was given. Let me see if I can move this out of the way here. There we go. Move it over to the side. So here, graph the function negative 5x if x is less than or equal to 0. So to the left of the y-axis, it's going to be negative 5x, which, you know, the line y equals x. Wait a minute. Let me pick the thing here. The line y equals x looks like this, so negative 5x is going to turn it the other way and make it real steep. So it's going to be something like that, right? And then negative 7 is going to be a horizontal line going out this way like this. So it's going to be something like that, which looks like which one up here? Looks sort of like B. So let's go through here. Let's choose the mouse here, and let's pick B and check our answer and see if we have something. There it is, okay? And this is graphing. So, but the range, here's the deal on the range. The range is the up and down. Right and left is the domain. Up and down is the range. So as I start at the bottom of B here, if I start at the bottom of B, pick me a color here, and go up, I don't get to anything until I get to where? Right there at negative 7. And then I skip all the way up to 0 and go up where? Infinity. So it's going to be, the range is, type your answer in interval notation, set notation. Oh. Okay, so that's probably what part of the problem is here. The set, the interval, I mean, is going to go from 0 to infinity, and then you're going to union that with just one number, negative 7. That's probably, the notation there is probably what's getting people. When you have one value like negative 7, you're not going over an interval. You put it in the squiggly brackets, okay? And then it says use a union operator as necessary. So let's go through inputting that, okay? So negative 7, then union 0 to infinity. 0's got a bracket. It includes it. All right. So here, we're gonna go in here. We're going to say, okay, let's look at more here. Do they have the set notation in here? If they don't, we can enter it. Is there even, oh, no, that's less. All right. So let's go ahead and get that off there because I hit that. All right, so we're going to hit the set notation, which is going to be shift and the letter beside P. We're going to hit negative 7. We're going to close it, which is the one to the right of that. Then we're going to hit the union sign, which is on the screen here, okay? The union sign is on the screen right here. You don't put the letter U, it won't work, okay? So now we get back, click back in here. And then I'm going to pick my interval here. That's not the interval I want. I need to get rid of that. All right, let me just go ahead and do bracket, which is shift. Nope. I'm sorry, it's the letter beside, the character beside, the key beside P without hitting the shift. 0, comma, we need infinity, and I'm going to pick infinity down here beside union, and then close the parenthesis, and then we're going to check our answer, and boom, there it is. And what I think the issue was on that one in particular was probably that negative 7, okay? How do you enter that in? All right, so here's another one, 1/4 x squared if x is less than 3. So it's a parabola to the left of 3, and it's smiling, so it can't be A, right? It's smiling, can't be A, it could be B, can't be C to the left. So to the left of negative 3, after 3, I'm sorry. So actually it's none of these. It only can be B because, right, x is less than 3 is a parabola. Here's 3. To the left of it's a parabola. That's all it can be. So B is the only one this can be. It doesn't have to be B every time. It just happened to be on this one. Let's look and see. All right, good job. There we go. All right. And then the range goes all the way down here. I just didn't have my pen marked. Hang on. Goes all the way here and goes all the way to infinity. I know there's a gap here, but it's covered over here. So it goes everywhere from 0 to infinity. And we include 0. So again, we're going to use the bracket, 0, comma. We're going to hit the infinity button on the little bar at the bottom there. And then we're going to hit parenthesis. And then we're going to check our answer. And it's spinning. Ooh, that worried me because it spun for a minute. Okay. So here, use the transformations. So we're going to click to enlarge here. This is x squared, which is a parabola. So put your parabola on the graph here. And then we're going to move it up 5 units. Wait, how do I move it? Let's see if I can figure out how to move it. Okay, so let's see. Let's clear it. So let's pick, let's pick this again, and I'm going to hit it at 5 here. That still didn't work. Use the given interactions. Do I select it this way? Aha. Is that what I do? No, select. And then how do I move it? What if I use the arrow on the keyboard? Let's see what happens. Nope. What if it's a setting on my computer here? Oh, vertical shift. It's over here written in the side. Look at that. So vertical shift, we want to go up 5 units. So let's just put a 5 in there and see what happens. Okay? Let's put a 5 in there and see what happens. And then I'm going to hit enter. And there it is. Okay, it moved it up 5 units, which is what I want it to do. All right? So that should be, let's save this. Oh, wait a minute. We want to get rid of this one somehow. Delete that one. All right, so now that should be it there. Should be that piece there. Let's check it and see. Excellent. All right, so I had a little trouble there. Again, that's good. Good for you to see that with me doing this, right? I hit a button twice, got a little extra something up there, had to go in and delete it. Okay, had to see that over to the side. That's where I did my vertical shift or whatnot. This one, if you notice here, this is in parentheses. When it's inside parentheses, it's a horizontal shift. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to come over here. It's the same thing. It's x squared. I'm going to pick my parabola, put it on my graph. Then I'm going to go to horizontal shift. And this time, it's the opposite direction. Okay? It's the opposite direction. When it's in parentheses, it's horizontal and it's opposite. When it's not in parentheses, like the other one was x squared and then plus 5, that's vertical and it goes with it. Plus 5 goes 5 up. All right, so let's save this and let's check our answer. And boom, good job. All right, so let's look at this one. Now, let's talk about it before we go pick it. First of all, is it a square? Is it a parabola or is it something else? It's a parabola, right? That squared says it's a parabola. And this inside parentheses means 6 units to the right. And then this minus 4 is not in parentheses. That means down 4. So this is vertical. This is horizontal, right? So there's 2 things happening. It's moving 6 units to the right. Still a smiley parabola. And then it's moving down 4 units. So, oops. Let me go to my mouse here so I can pick this. So again, we're going to take the parabola, put it on my grid. We're going to vertical shift, move it down 4, right? That was the minus 4 at the end. The horizontal shift, what happened? I thought I hit minus 4 on my keyboard. All right. And then the vertical shift is going to be 6. And it's going to be, I'm sorry, not vertical, horizontal shift. And it's to the right 6 units. It's the opposite. So we're going to hit enter. Make sure it gets that. We're going to close this out. We're going to save it, and then we're going to check our answer. Okay, so there it is. And look, if you were drawing this on a piece of paper for me, lines going forever, I would want arrows on the end of this. But this, you can't help what it does on here. Okay, so it does go on forever. Excellent. There it is. Okay, so in parentheses, and look, here there's no parentheses, but is the plus 5 inside or outside? You tell me. Ah, that's right. It's inside because it's under the radical. That's important. So this really means, this is inside. This is going to be negative 5, and it's a horizontal shift. It's going to go left 5 units. It's the opposite of that, left 5 units. So, and here's the basic shape, the square root of x. So which one of those is that one 5 units to the left? Looks like this one right here. So B, looks like B. So let's pick B and see what happens. Choose my mouse tool here, B. Just thinking, did I hit it? I don't know if I hit it. Okay, good. Excellent. Nice work. All right, now look at what it does. It's got the plus 3 under there, which means what? This means 3 units to the left. It's horizontal. This minus outside means it is a vertical reflection. All right, that means if it's doing this, it's now doing this, right? It's a vertical reflection, flips over, okay? This way, flips over that way, all right? So it started out looking like this, okay? Now it's going to get flipped over and moved 3 units to the left. So it's going to move this way, and it's going to look like this. It's going to move. It's going to be like that. So it's going to look like. So do I see any of them 3 units to the left and flipped over? I think it looks like this one over here. That's what it looks like to me. So let me pick my selection tool. Let's pick this, and let's hit check answer. Nice work. Okay. So just take each part individually. So this next one is the one inside there. Yes. So this means 1 unit left to the left. Okay. So that's a horizontal. It's to the left 1 unit. This 2 is outside. It is a vertical stretch. So it's 2 times as tall. Okay, so again, you have this, and now it's twice as tall, and it's moved left 1 unit. So you have this, you move it left 1 unit here, and you make it twice as tall instead of this one right here. So which one looks like that? It means that also it goes through 1 1. It would go through the 2 on the axis, which the only one that even looks remotely like it is this one, B. Okay, so let's look and see if it's B. Check our answer. Nice work. Okay, so let's keep looking at these right here. This one right here, absolute value of x is actually a v. If you have your axis here, it's this, and then the negative part comes back up because it's absolute value, so it's a v. And then minus 2, is that inside the absolute value or inside parentheses? No. So that is a vertical shift. It means down 2. So it's a vertical shift or vertical translation, I guess I should call it. Okay? They're calling it a translation here. So that's going to be E. So let's choose E here. Okay? And let's check the answer. Good job. And then it's going to say, now choose the correct graph. So it looks like a V, but it's moved down 2 units. It's still on the axis. The y-axis, so it's not. Let's see. A looks pretty good. Can't be B because the V is not on the y-axis. C is moved up 2 units, and D is not on the axis, so it's going to be A. A it is. Good job. All right, so let's look at this one. What's happening here? The plus 6, is it inside the parentheses? Yes. So that means this is going to be 6 to the left, which is what? Horizontal. That's a horizontal translation, which is F there, right? Horizontal translation here is F. So check it. Well done. And then which one is it? Well, it's the V, and it's moved to the left 6 units. Well, answer choice A is to the left 6. That looks pretty good. B is down 6, C is up 6, and D is right 6. So it's going to be A. It is going to be A here, all right? So, and check our answer here. Good job. All right, so then here we got 3 things going on. All right, so we have a negative sign out front. That's a vertical, that's a reflection vertically. So which axis is this? This is the X and this is the Y. So if I flip it around this axis, that's a vertical reflection or reflection about the X axis. So that's that one. That's this negative out front. Now let's get a different color here. Let's look at what the green would be here. So this minus 3, is that inside parentheses? Yes. So that means to the right 3, which is horizontal. So it's a horizontal translation. That's this one. So we have A and C so far. And then what does the minus 4 mean? The minus 4 just means down 4, right? It's vertical. So it's a vertical translation. It's F. So it's A, C, and F. You have all 3 of those on this one right here. So V, it's flipped over, so it's an upside down V. That's the negative out front. It's moved down 4 units. That's the minus 4 tacked on the end. And it's right 3 units because that's the minus 3 inside the parentheses. All right? So let's look here and go here. It's going to be F, C, and A, we said. All right? Good job. Now let's go down here and say, okay, which one is it? Again, it's flipped over. It's moved down 4 and right 3. Well, they keep giving us A, don't they? Or is that not A? Let's see. No, A is down 4. Oh, yeah, down 4 and right 3. What is D? D is down 3 and right 4. So D is off just a little bit, okay? It can't be B or C because they're not flipped over. So it's A because that is actually 3 units to the right and 4 units down, which is exactly what it is, and it's flipped over. So let's check our answer. Well done. So there were 3 things going on here. There's just one thing. It's cubic. It's cubic, and that plus 6 means what? This plus 6 means 6 units to the left, right, which is a horizontal translation. So let's go through here and pick this graph here. Cubic is this one. So, right, that's the one on the far right that kind of looks like a snake. Okay, and we're going to move it horizontally 6 units. So we're going to move it horizontal shift to negative 6. Is it going to let me do that? Oh, we're going to have to do it over here. I'm using the slider, okay? So I'm using the slider and moving it over with the slider there. Well, then let me type it in there, okay? So then save it, and let's check it. And again, this would have arrows on the end of it if you were graphing it for me. All right, 4x to the third. Well, again, it's x to the third, so it's the snake over here. Pick the snake, put it on here. And this time, it is a stretch, right? The 4 is not in parentheses. It's not 4x in parentheses to the third. The 4 is out front. So it's a vertical stretch. And when it's a number bigger than 1, it just goes as 4 times as tall. It's 4 times as tall. So we're going to hit enter here, and it should elongate or tight. See, it looks like it's pulled it in horizontally, but it stretched it out vertically. Okay, whereas we were going through this point here. Now we've stretched it out to here. Okay, same thing. This point stretched out to here. Okay, 4 units. So let's save this. Wait a minute, I didn't pick my mouse. Didn't pick my mouse chooser. Save it and check our answer, and voila, nice work. Okay. So then here, the cube root of x. The cube root of x is sort of a sideways snake, and then we did a couple of things to it. Let's talk about this in red here. This 1/3 is a vertical shrink, so to speak. Instead of going, to 1 and -1 or whatever, it's going to be 1/3, -1/3. And so that's going to be a vertical shrink since it's less than 1. If it's bigger than 1, it's a stretch. If it's less than 1, and we talk about absolute value on that, by the way. If it's negative, that's a reflection. That's something different. This here, plus 6 units left, that's a horizontal, right? Horizontal. So 6 units left, and then it's shrunk by 1/3. So if we have the basic shape of this, it should look something like this. It's like the inverse of the x cubed. It's going to be something like that. And then it's going to be shrunk down, so it's going to be even tighter to the axis here, and it's going to move left 6 units. So it's going to be back over here somewhere, all right? So which one is that? This one, A is moved the wrong way. C looks pretty good. B is moved down, which is not correct, and D moved up. That's not correct. So C it is. It's moved to the left 6 units and kind of squashed together with the 1/3, right? So then this next one doesn't have the 1/3 on it, but it does have what? It has that negative, right? So this says 6 units right. This time it's to the right. And this is a vertical reflection. Okay? Vertical reflection. So you have this basic shape here. It's going to move to the right, so it's going to be over here. And then it's going to flip over, so it's going to be this way. Okay? It's going to flip over, so it's going to start up and go down, and it's going to be to the right 6 units. So it can't be A, that's up. This is to the left 6 units, that's not right. This is down 6 units, and to the right, didn't mean to mark through that. That's it, to the right 6 units. So let's pick that one. Let's pick D, to the right 6 units. Did I hit it? Scaring me. Fantastic. All right, and that is all of them. So I hope this helped you out a little bit with section 2.5 homework. I know I went through it kind of fast, but you can stop the video and pause it and rewatch it and that kind of thing and listen to what I'm saying about being inside the parentheses or inside the radical versus outside, that kind of thing. All right? So good luck, and hope it helps tons for you.